Every day, millions of drivers enjoy the seamless convenience of modern vehicles, often unaware of the groundbreaking innovations that once aimed to redefine their driving experience. From the hyped turbocharged rotary engines that struggled with reliability to the ultra-modern 1980s digital dashboards that quickly became outdated, these ideas captured the imagination of car enthusiasts worldwide, but ultimately faded into obscurity. What caused these once brilliant ideas to become relics of the past? Today, we're diving into 20 car innovations that didn't stand the test of time. Some nostalgic, some bizarre, and some downright fascinating. Number 23. Bench seats. Bench seats were an iconic feature in cars from the 1920s to the 1980s, spanning the entire width of the car's interior to accommodate 3 passengers in the front row. These seats were especially beloved in American vehicles, offering families and groups a practical seating solution. Sliding across the seat to exit from either side was a unique convenience. However, the charm of bench seats faded as safety standards advanced. They provided less support during collisions and couldn't accommodate essential safety features like airbags, headrests, or individual seatbelts. By the 1980s, automakers transitioned to bucket seats, which offered superior support, safety, and the ability to integrate modern features seamlessly. Bench seats, though memorable, remain a relic of a bygone era. Number 22. Bubble windows. Bubble windows, a quirky innovation in the 1970s, featured large, curved panes of glass on vehicle roofs or sides, creating a bubble-like appearance. These windows were often seen on custom vans and specialty vehicles, appealing to those looking for a unique, futuristic aesthetic. They provided a panoramic view and flooded the cabin with natural light, enhancing the driving or passenger experience. Despite their visual appeal, bubble windows had significant drawbacks. They offered minimal insulation, leading to excessive heat buildup in the cabin during sunny days. The curved design also made them prone to cracking and expensive to replace. By the 1980s, advancements in sunroofs and tinted windows rendered bubble windows impractical, relegating them to a brief moment in automotive history. Number 21. Aerodynamic wheel covers. Aerodynamic wheel covers were introduced in the late 1980s and early 1990s as a way to reduce drag and improve fuel efficiency. These smooth, disc-like covers were designed to optimize airflow around the wheels, making them particularly appealing during a time when automakers were exploring ways to meet stricter fuel economy standards. However, these covers quickly fell out of favor. They were fragile, often cracking or breaking from road debris or curb impacts. Additionally, their plain utilitarian look didn't resonate with consumers who preferred stylish alloy wheels. As tire and wheel designs advanced, manufacturers developed integrated aerodynamic solutions, eliminating the need for separate covers. Today, they remain a niche curiosity rather than a mainstream innovation. Number 20. Hydropneumatic suspension. Hydropneumatic suspension, introduced in the 1950s by Citroën, was a groundbreaking innovation that offered an exceptionally smooth ride. This system used a combination of hydraulic fluid and compressed gas to absorb shocks and automatically adjust the car's ride height, making it ideal for varying road conditions. It was hailed as revolutionary and was featured in iconic models like the Citroën DS. However, the system was complex, expensive to manufacture, and difficult to maintain. Repairs required specialized knowledge, making it inaccessible for many car owners. As simpler and more cost-effective suspension technologies, like air suspension, gained popularity, the hydropneumatic system became obsolete. By the 2000s, most manufacturers abandoned it entirely, relegating it to automotive history. Number 19. Vent windows. Vent windows, or wing windows, first introduced in the 1930s, were small, triangular windows located in the front corners of car doors. Before air conditioning became commonplace, these windows allowed fresh air to circulate without the need to roll down the main windows, a feature especially useful during high-speed drives. While vent windows became a defining element of 1950s and 1960s car design, their practicality couldn't overcome their flaws. They leaked during rain, compromised aerodynamics, and were an easy target for thieves. By the 1980s, as air conditioning became standard, vent windows disappeared in favor of sleeker, more aerodynamic designs. Number 18. Ashtrays. In an era when smoking was socially accepted, car ashtrays were essential. Introduced in the early 20th century and standardized by the 1950s, they were built into dashboards, doors, or center consoles, offering smokers a convenient disposal option. As awareness about the health risks of smoking grew, public demand for in-car ashtrays declined. They also posed fire hazards and required frequent maintenance. By the 1990s, ashtrays were replaced by more practical features like cup holders and storage compartments, reflecting a shift in consumer habits and the decline of smoking culture. Number 17. Record players. The 1950s brought one of the most ambitious in-car entertainment ideas: vinyl record players. Drivers could play their favorite music while traveling, a revolutionary concept at the time. However, the technology was ill-suited for the realities of driving. Bumpy rides caused the needle to skip, making for an uneven listening experience. The bulky equipment took up precious interior space, and changing records while driving posed significant safety risks. By the 1960s, more practical alternatives like 8-track tapes and cassette players overtook the fragile record player system. Number 16. Landau Bars. Landau Bars, decorative features inspired by 18th-century convertible carriages, were meant to evoke a sense of luxury and nostalgia. They gained popularity in the 1920s and 1930s, especially in American cars with simulated convertible tops. However, these bars served no practical purpose. They added unnecessary weight, often rusted, and required regular maintenance. By the late 20th century, consumers favored functional features like sunroofs and panoramic roofs over ornamental ones, leading to the demise of Landau bars. Number 15. Column shifters. Introduced in the 1930s, column shifters were mounted on the steering column to free up space in the front seat. This allowed for an additional passenger, which made them popular in large American sedans and trucks of the 1940s and 1950s. Despite their initial success, column shifters lacked the precision of floor-mounted shifters, often causing gear selection issues. Maintenance problems arose as the linkage mechanisms wore out. By the 1960s, with the rise of sportier car designs, column shifters were replaced by floor shifters, offering better ergonomics and performance. Number 14. Luggage racks. Luggage racks, once a staple for road trips, were mounted on car roofs or trunks to carry extra baggage. They became popular during the mid-20th century when car trunks were smaller and less practical for long journeys. However, luggage racks had significant drawbacks. They increased wind resistance, reducing fuel efficiency, and posed safety risks if improperly secured luggage fell off. By the late 20th century, manufacturers introduced larger trunks, aerodynamic roof boxes, and innovative storage solutions, making luggage racks obsolete. Number 13. Car phones. First introduced in 1946, car phones revolutionized communication for business professionals, allowing them to stay connected while traveling. Despite their appeal, early car phones were bulky, expensive, and plagued with technical issues like limited channels and frequent busy signals. As mobile technology advanced, smaller, more affordable handheld devices replaced car phones by the 1990s. Features like Bluetooth and integrated car communication systems further eliminated the need for dedicated car phones. Number 12. Hood ornaments. Hood ornaments, seen as symbols of elegance and luxury, became popular in the 1920s and 1930s. Iconic designs like Rolls-Royce's Spirit of Ecstasy defined this era. However, hood ornaments faced safety concerns, posed risks to pedestrians, and became targets for theft. As cars adopted sleeker aerodynamic designs, hood ornaments were phased out, replaced by integrated logos that preserved brand identity without compromising safety. Number 11. Pop-up headlights. Pop-up headlights were a design marvel that first appeared in the 1930s, but their true heyday was the 1980s and 1990s. These headlights became synonymous with iconic sports cars like the Mazda MX-5 Miata, Chevrolet Corvette, and even the Lamborghini Diablo. Their futuristic appeal made them a favorite among car enthusiasts, symbolizing cutting-edge innovation and a bold departure from traditional fixed headlights. Beyond aesthetics, pop-up headlights also offered aerodynamic advantages. When not in use, they folded seamlessly into the car's body, reducing drag and contributing to the sleek profile that defined many vehicles of the era. The allure of pop-up headlights extended far beyond their practical benefits. They gave cars a distinctive character, making vehicles instantly recognizable, even at a distance. For many car owners, the simple act of activating the headlights felt like a theatrical experience as the units gracefully emerged from the car's bodywork. This sense of drama contributed to the charm of cars like the Toyota MR2, Porsche 944, and Honda NSX, further cementing their place in automotive history. Despite their popularity, the demise of pop-up headlights began in the late 1990s and culminated in the early 2000s. The primary reasons were practicality and safety concerns. Mechanically, the headlights were prone to failure, with motors and linkages wearing out over time. A malfunction could leave one or both headlights stuck in an awkward position, compromising both functionality and the car's appearance. Moreover, evolving pedestrian safety regulations in many countries highlighted the potential risks posed by pop-up headlights in accidents. In a collision, their sharp edges and rigid structure could cause significant injuries to pedestrians. Another factor contributing to their decline was the advent of modern lighting technologies. Fixed headlights with advanced designs, such as projector beams and LEDs, offered better reliability, superior illumination, and improved aesthetics. Manufacturers also prioritized streamlined production processes and cost efficiency, making pop-up headlights less viable in contemporary car designs. Today, pop-up headlights are a nostalgic relic of a bygone era, cherished by collectors and enthusiasts who remember the days when they epitomized automotive coolness. Number 10. Floor dimmer switch. The floor dimmer switch, introduced in the 1920s, revolutionized the way drivers operated their headlights. Located on the vehicle's floor, this simple yet effective feature allowed drivers to switch between high and low beams with a tap of their foot. At a time when automobiles were becoming more prevalent, the floor dimmer switch provided a practical solution to enhance nighttime driving safety. By freeing up the driver's hands for steering and shifting gears, it contributed to a smoother and more focused driving experience. During its prime, the floor dimmer switch was a staple in most vehicles, particularly in the mid-20th century. Its intuitive placement near the driver's foot made it easy to operate without taking attention away from the road. Drivers appreciated its straightforward functionality, especially on long nighttime journeys where frequent adjustments to the headlights were necessary. This feature became a symbol of practical innovation, underscoring the automotive industry's commitment to improving driver convenience. However, the floor dimmer switch was not without its drawbacks. Positioned on the car's floorboard, it was exposed to dirt, moisture, and debris, making it vulnerable to wear and corrosion. This issue was particularly problematic in wet climates, where water intrusion could render the switch inoperable. Additionally, the switch's placement posed ergonomic challenges, especially for drivers with limited mobility or those driving in confined spaces. These factors led to a gradual decline in its popularity. By the 1980s, the automotive industry shifted toward steering column-mounted headlight controls. These new designs offered greater reliability and advanced functionality, integrating seamlessly with other vehicle systems. Steering column controls also improved ergonomics, placing all major functions within easy reach of the driver's hands. Today, the floor dimmer switch is a piece of automotive history, fondly remembered by older generations who experienced its era firsthand. Number 9. Vinyl roofs. Vinyl roofs were a hallmark of 1960s and 1970s automotive design, embodying an era of style and luxury. Originally conceived to mimic the look of convertible tops, vinyl roofs became a cost-effective way for manufacturers to add a touch of sophistication to their vehicles. Popular models like the Ford Thunderbird, Chrysler Imperial, and Cadillac DeVille proudly sported vinyl roofs, which quickly became a status symbol for drivers seeking a high-end aesthetic. The appeal of vinyl roofs lay in their visual impact. They offered a textured, soft-top appearance that contrasted beautifully with the rest of the vehicle's body. This unique look resonated with consumers, making vinyl roofs a defining feature of American cars during their peak. Additionally, manufacturers introduced various styles, including Landau roofs and half-vinyl designs, allowing customers to personalize their vehicles to suit their preferences. However, the practical shortcomings of vinyl roofs began to surface as time went on. The material, while visually appealing, was prone to degradation under harsh weather conditions. Prolonged exposure to sunlight caused the vinyl to crack, fade, and peel, detracting from the car's overall appearance. Moisture could seep beneath the vinyl, leading to rust and corrosion of the underlying metal. These durability issues significantly reduced the lifespan of vinyl roofs, making them a costly and high-maintenance feature. By the 1980s, advances in automotive paint technology and clear-coat finishes rendered vinyl roofs obsolete. Modern paint systems offered a wider range of colors and finishes that were not only more durable but also required less maintenance. These innovations allowed manufacturers to create vehicles with sleek, glossy exteriors that appealed to a broader audience. Today, vinyl roofs are a nostalgic reminder of a time when cars were as much about fashion as they were about function. They remain a favorite among collectors and restorers, who see them as a key element of classic car charm. Number 8. 8-track tape players. The 8-track tape player, developed in the 1960s, revolutionized in-car entertainment. It allowed drivers to enjoy music without flipping tapes, a convenience at the time. However, the bulky design and frequent tape jamming frustrated users. Additionally, advancements in audio technology, such as compact cassettes and CDs, offered superior sound quality and portability. By the early 1980s, 8-tracks had disappeared from the market. Number 7. Automatic seat belts. Automatic seat belts, introduced in the late 1980s, aimed to make safety effortless by automatically securing passengers when the door closed. This feature was intended to encourage seatbelt use. However, they quickly garnered criticism for their flaws. They only secured the upper body, leaving the lap belt to be fastened manually. Many users neglected this step, leading to safety risks. Additionally, the mechanisms were prone to malfunction. By the mid-1990s, airbags replaced automatic seatbelts as the superior safety solution. Number 6. Tail fins inspired by the twin rudders of the P-38 Lightning fighter plane. Tail fins debuted in the late 1940s to give cars a futuristic look. Models like the 1959 Cadillac Eldorado featured dramatic fins that symbolized post-war innovation and luxury. Despite their iconic status, tail fins offered no real aerodynamic advantage and even obstructed rear visibility. By the mid-1960s, automotive designs shifted toward practicality, and tail fins disappeared. Number 5. Push-button transmissions. Push-button transmissions, introduced in the 1950s, replaced traditional gear levers with dashboard-mounted buttons. Chrysler was a pioneer in this design, which was praised for its modern and futuristic appeal. However, the excitement faded as users encountered electrical issues and mechanical malfunctions. Drivers accustomed to traditional gear levers found the system confusing, leading to mistakes. By the 1960s, push-button transmissions were phased out in favor of more reliable designs. Number 4. White wall tires. White wall tires, featuring a distinctive white stripe, became a symbol of luxury and style in the mid-20th century. They were especially popular in the 1950s and 1960s, adorning high-end cars. However, maintaining their clean appearance was a hassle, and the manufacturing process was more expensive compared to all-black tires. As car designs evolved, black tires became the standard, offering better durability and lower costs. By the 1980s, white wall tires had largely disappeared. Number 3. Curb feelers. Curb feelers, thin metal rods attached near the wheels, were designed to prevent damage to tires and hubcaps when parking. When the feelers touched the curb, they made a distinctive scraping sound to alert the driver. Although practical, curb feelers were noisy, prone to damage, and eventually became outdated. Modern parking sensors and cameras now provide far more accurate and convenient assistance, making curb feelers obsolete. Number 2. T-tops. T-tops or T-bar roofs were a popular feature in sports cars during the 1970s and 1980s. This design offered the open-air feeling of a convertible while maintaining the structural rigidity of a hardtop. However, T-tops were notorious for leaking, causing water damage and rust. Removing and storing the panels was also cumbersome, and the central bar limited the open-air experience. Sunroofs and panoramic roofs, offering better reliability and convenience, replaced T-tops by the 1990s. Number 1. Woodies. Woody wagons, featuring wooden body panels, became iconic in the 1930s and 1940s. Originally a cost-effective alternative to metal, wood added a unique aesthetic appeal that made these cars popular among families and outdoor enthusiasts. However, wood required meticulous maintenance to prevent rot and weather damage. Metal bodywork became more affordable and safer in crashes, leading to the decline of woodies by the 1950s. Today, they remain a nostalgic symbol, cherished by classic car collectors. While these 20-car innovations dazzled with their promises, they ultimately failed to endure the test of time. Each innovation offers valuable lessons about how the automotive industry constantly evolves, adapting to consumer needs, technological advancements, and safety standards. What car features do you think will fade away next? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more automotive history and insights.